find out more about the opportunities in AI technology that businesses in APEC are seeing, CGTN's Jim Spellman sat down with Canada's representative to the APEC Business Advisory Council, Jan de Silva. She's also Canada co-chair of the Canada-ASEAN Business Council. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Because our theme this year was people, business, prosperity. So it's trying to bring that people and workforce development to the things that we're working on. I think the important thing about the theme this year for Peru was they were very focused on informality. There's a very large informal economy here in Peru. It's 59% of GDP. So we had done some work to take a look at how the digital economy and this rapid digitalization we saw after the pandemic was influencing informality. And we found some very promising examples of how AI, how e-payment systems, how some of the digital platforms are really lifting people out of the cycle of poverty that informality has created.
And bringing them into the formal economy.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Talk a little more, especially with AI, about the potential opportunities and challenges.
Yeah. And I think the most important breakthrough with AI is this language base that's coming with ChatGPT and others. So a lot of the informal economy is in the agricultural segment. Most of the population here have phones, and you can use tools like ChatGPT and others to be able to efficiently translate and give them instructions on how to potentially upgrade the quality of crops that they've got or the category of crops. We saw some really good examples where informal agricultural basins created a co-op, worked with a buyer in Italy. The buyer in Italy had recommended that they put another plant in their agricultural fields, and as a result they were able to triple their revenues because it was a much higher value crop, and it was all done through this platform with instructions delivered in their language.
There's also, of course, a lot of concerns that AI could displace workers. How is the APEC community addressing the challenges that will come with this new technology?
Well, you know, it's really interesting you raise that, because I would say 12 months ago, that's all we were reading about is the loss of jobs, loss of jobs. I think now there's a stronger sentiment that it's an opportunity. And the example I gave with the agricultural community being one such example, we're spending a lot of time defining how jobs will be enabled by AI. And there'll be new categories of jobs that emerge. I mean, you've got the creators, which are the computer scientists, but we're going to have the users, and these are the ones that are going to be working in situations where AI is enabling their workflow. So we're very excited about the potential for this to create higher value jobs, and also the potential of AI in these digitally enabled platforms to help more of our small and medium-sized businesses access global growth markets.
You represent Canada in the APEC Business Advisory Council. What are Canada's goals here at the CEO Summit and at APEC, and how does Canada fit into this group of economies?
Okay, well, Canada really is the best of all of them, but I do love my colleagues very much. No, Canada, I think this is important for us because Canada is a trading nation. And I'd say at this point in time, it's about bringing the strengths that we have as an economy, as trading opportunities, to some of the challenges that are trying to be solved. In addition to representing Canada, I chair the Digital and Innovation Working Group here at the Business Advisory Council. And things we're working on, AI, Canada's got strength in that, but more importantly, the huge challenge that's emerging with how do we power blockchain, cloud computing, data centers. And so Canada has a lot of expertise in nuclear, for instance, and you're reading a lot in the US and other markets about these hyperscalers like the Amazons or the Microsofts trying to procure nuclear as a way of powering cleanly their data centers. So there's a lot that we're doing related to data centers, nuclear, and the digital economy.
Yeah, because these new power demands come at a time when across the world dealing with climate challenges. So how do you sort of walk that tightrope of bringing online all these new technologies that require a lot of energy while also dealing with climate change?
Well, you're dealing with exactly the head-on problem that everyone's facing. We look at amazing economies like Indonesia, high growth. They've got climate transition issues that they're facing. 75% of their electricity today is coal-fired. Plus, they've got tremendous opportunities for EVs, critical minerals, and they've got the digital economy. And so if we're not careful, you've got all this overlay of more demand, you don't have an alternative fuel source, and it's going to exacerbate the problem. So there's a lot of work we're doing collectively as a business council to try to socialize these issues and look at how do we bring forward solutions.